What's up guys, my name is Zanprez and welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today's video is a little bit sad of a video because Onett has not said anything in a while about when Beesmas is coming, so I want to go over a bunch of the things just to do in the game right now, because even though the sticker update came out, there still sometimes isn't really that much to do, and I just want to make sure that you guys are doing everything that you can so you are ready for the update, but also making sure that the game is staying super interesting for you while we're waiting for Beesmas to come out, and hopefully it's coming out pretty soon. Like I said, we really haven't heard much from Onett, but let's be very hopeful that it comes out super soon. So before we get into this video, if you guys do enjoy my videos and you want to support me, make sure you guys just give that like button a tap and hit subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright, now the first thing that I'm going to talk about is maybe you're getting a little bit sick of doing a bunch of the sticker secret quests, or you're just getting a little bit sick of looking for stickers in general or trading. Then what I would recommend you doing right now is taking a look over at your badges and seeing how you're doing with all of them. Now, it's really important that your badges are in a very good place because they can honestly stack up really high and give you way bigger boosts. So just check over in the badges and see which badges you still need to work on. Some of the hardest ones include the quest badge, which to get the Grandmaster version of the badge, you need to complete 5,000 quests, which I've only completed 3,000 and I've played this game for a really long time. So honestly, that's something that I'm really working towards, even though I know that's not something that I'm going to be able to complete by the time the update comes out. I just want to make sure that I'm working towards that all the time, so you guys should also be making sure you're working towards that if you haven't got it already. And also the battle point badge. Now make sure you are defeating as many mobs as you can, and there's different macros you can use, especially if you are able to macro. It's a super smart thing to do bug runs so you're able to get more battle points, because this battle points badge is probably one of the hardest as well. You need a ton of battle points. I think you need 1 million to get the Grandmaster, so that's another thing. Just try to do that passively in the background. You should always be trying to do those passively, but I would say you should make that one of your primary focuses right now if you kind of are getting a little bit sick of the stickers. And then another nice little thing about the sticker update is there were more badges added to the game, and those are going to be for adding stickers to your sticker stacker. That will be a badge in itself. Another badge comes from collecting from the mountaintop field, which is one that we haven't had for a super long time, this entire time up to this point in the game. And then the final badge that we have is the hub field. Now, even though those can be a bit more grindy as well, that's also another really important thing to just make sure you're doing passively. And if you're pretty close to getting it up to the next level, or especially with the high field pollen, because the stats are a little bit lower on the high field ones, it might be able to go by a little bit faster, and that's a badge that you can get up pretty quick. So make sure you're also doing those if you are feeling a bit bored, because right now we're kind of in that weird stage of the game where we're not really quite sure what we should be doing. And at least myself, usually at this time of the year and I'm waiting around for an update, I am playing a lot, and then finally the update comes out, and at that point I'm already a little bit burnt out, and I've been grinding so hard the entire time before the update to get ready for it that I don't really feel like playing the actual update too much. And I don't know if that's an experience that you guys have had, but just make sure that you aren't going too crazy and doing things that don't make you happy during this game. Just passively work towards a bunch of those things and take breaks from the game if you have to, and macro, or just take a little bit of time, because when the update comes out, that's when you're really going to want to make sure you're playing a lot. Another thing that you should be focusing on is doing your puff shrooms. Now, puff shrooms drop super good resources, and even though they can be a bit tedious and they only stick around for 5 minutes, so sometimes it's a bit tricky, especially if you're trying to do them with quests and everything. It can be a little tough, honestly, and it can be quite annoying. But it's really important that you're doing them, just because all of these resources that you're getting stack up really high, and they can really help you, especially with like items that you might need to unlock certain endgame items in the game, like using waxes, and you can get a lot of waxes from the puff shrooms. So make sure, as annoying as it is sometimes, you're doing your puff shrooms and making sure that you are getting your puff shroom quests out of the way, which are mainly from Dapper Bear. Now, if you already are bored of those first couple things that I've had you do, because I know it is a bit tedious and those are more things that you want to work on in the background. So something you can do that is maybe a little bit more engaging than that is the Robo Challenge. Now, if you don't have yourself a digital bee, this is something that you really want to make sure you get on. And also the amulet, the cog amulet that you can get is super powerful as well. So make sure you're doing as many of those challenges as you can. And once you get yourself a digital bee, like a lot of people already have, if you have that digital bee, once you start adding drives to it, it immediately can get so much better and have way better stats for you, which in turn will help your hive out quite a bit. So make sure you're doing a lot of those Robo Challenges. And if you don't really understand how the mechanics of that work, there are so many good videos out there. And I have a lot more drives that I need to personally add to my digital bee, so that's something that I've been trying to do pretty often. And even though once again it is a little bit more tedious, that's just kind of the name of the game for Bee Swarm, and it'll be worth it in the end. Now, another thing that came from this update is also the leaderboard competition to get different stickers and things that are super interesting and cool, but unfortunately those things are very challenging to get, and even players that are super strong, even much stronger than me, are having a lot of struggle to get on those leaderboards. So if you are currently at a place in the game where you are in a really good position and you're super strong and super powerful, then you can definitely make sure that you're going for those leaderboards, because some of them are a lot easier than others. Personally, I was able to get on one for the Ant Challenge at one point, and I was able to get myself the Ant Challenge little sticker. So if you're a red hive or a hive that has really high attack power, then that's probably one of the easier ones to get if you have good attack. And that's just from my personal experience, but that's the only one that I've been able to get on the leaderboards. So it is maybe a little bit of a waste of time, especially if you're not a super established player. But that's another thing that you can definitely look into. And right now, especially since it just came out and it's a new mechanic in the game, people are playing it a lot harder than they will in, I don't know, like a month or two or something. So you never know, just it'll die out a little bit eventually, so you can wait a little bit on that. But if you are a super established player and you are in a good place in the game, then that's also another really fun thing that you can kind of look into, just because those stickers are super rare, and even if you have one of them already, it could also be really good trading potential if you need something else in the game. Alright, well if you're like me, there's one feature in the game that's been in the game forever that you always just end up forgetting about, and that to me is mutated bees. Now, I have pretty good mutations set up on a lot of my bees, but there's also some that I haven't even mutated at all, and that's going to be something that you want to do right now. Look at some videos or just some guides to find out what the best mutations are for you, and I know there's so many videos out there. I think I even have a couple of them from a really long time ago, and I don't know if those are super relevant now, but if you want to check those out, I definitely have them posted on my channel, some mutations. So make sure you're looking into those, because it will just give you that little edge added, and it's something that's kind of fun. It reminds me of the beginning of the game when you used to just royal jelly and try to get your first couple gifteds. It's just a nice little change of pace to the game and super fun. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed today's video, I know it was a little bit more of a straightforward video. It's kind of strange because we don't really know when the game's coming out, and we're at a little bit of a dry point in the game, and especially since we haven't heard anything from Onett, it can get a little rough. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to give that like button a tap. Comment down below what you're excited for the update and when you think the update's gonna be. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.